Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Friday morning. I hope you had a great week. I've got a couple of things I'd like to share with you this morning. Today, I noticed that on Google they're honoring Dr. James Naismith, and he invented a game that I think we all know, and he invented this game back in 1892. Dr. Naismith was charged of creating a game that could be played indoors so that the folks could survive these hard winters and get some exercise in the schools. So Dr. Naismith was a Canadian American, and he was given this task. And on this day, he created the game of basketball. And all he used to start off with was a peach basket, a soccer ball, and 10 rules. Normally, what Google decides to honor or announce on any given day doesn't hit me, but this one kind of did today because next week will be, I think on Thursday, will be Founders Day, what we call in TOPS, where TOPS Club Incorporated officially started. We're going to be into our 73 years. Mrs. Mann started TOPS in 1948. And just as Dr. Naismith started just with a peach basket, a soccer ball, and 10 rules, all Mrs. Mann started off with was her grocery bag, a scale, and her records. Now, both basketball and TOPS have evolved drastically over all these years. And just as the game of basketball is continuing to evolve, so will TOPS. And that's kind of probably what made this week long, is that I had some great discussion with all the advocates this week and discovered a lot of things out there, that questions and things that we can work on. And again, despite of whatever goes on, because like I've always said, something is always going to happen. So, how are we going to go forward? What do we do to change our game? How do we evolve? Well, we practice, we can learn, we can watch others. There's many things that we can do, and I think that is probably what's key in how we go about our lives. Do we make mistakes? Yep, all the time. Do we sometimes regret what we say? Sure. Do we sometimes don't say what we're thinking when maybe we should have shared and maybe that would have helped somebody out? Yeah. But just realizing that when things happen, obviously things will always evolve. And sometimes, just from a simple concept, something marvelous can happen. Again, a peach basket, a soccer ball, and 10 rules. Nothing complicated in that. A grocery and a record to record your progress. There it is. Simple. So that's just a thought that I wanted you to think about. There's no sense to really just go deep in. Just kind of let that think about how that can affect your life. And then next week you'll be seeing announcements about Founders Day for TOPS. So this is kind of like a short version today. I always try to stay. Sometimes I'll go long. But been a long week. Like I said, I had a lot of meetings this week. But it is Friday, and I did promise that every Friday, somewhere during this chat process, so you have to stay tuned. You never know when I'm going to announce it. I'm going to let you know how I did on my weight loss journey. Well, this morning at the same time, 6 o'clock, right there, I weighed in and I lost 2.4 pounds. So again, another successful week where I was able to lose. So as I look back on the week, I tried to figure out, okay, where can I improve? And I did well on not eating in the evening, and I did not make any trips to the kitchen at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's probably one other thing that's messing me up. I don't tend to sleep much during the night, but we're working on that. So I got the food intake down pretty good. I got to be careful that I make sure I don't go too far and cut back too much, because again, I'm all or nothing, and if I cut back too much, I won't be consuming enough calories. And I know that's a concept some folks have a hard time to embrace. There is a point where you can eat too little, and your metabolic rate tends to slow down. So I got to make sure I keep balanced on that. Where I think I know I have to do better is in my steps. And as I look back over the 15 days since I started this journey with you, I only had 5 days that I got up over 5,000 steps. And I know I need to do more, but that was my goal, to get up to 5,000 and work from there. The good part about those 5 days is 2 of them were well over 10,000, almost touching 15,000, which tended to be the weekends. So I got to do better during the weekday. And like I said, 10 days, the remaining 10 days, they were just touching 5,000. And I look back and I say, well, if I got a lot of meetings, a lot of Zoom events to talk to members and staff, I tend to not get up enough. So I've got to work on that. That's how I assessed my week, so that I can do better next week. So again, goes down on the calendar as a loss. I'm looking forward to next Friday, and I'm going to try. Nope, I didn't hit the basket. It's funny, it worked in rehearsal, but you know something, folks? Sometimes you're gonna hit the basket, and sometimes you're going to miss. You're going to have good weeks and bad weeks. All you have to do is stay in the game. So I'll see you next Friday, and let's hope for another good week.